Hey there guys, welcome back to the new Nassau Food Forest. My name is Ross and it is April 5th today. It's been a long time since I did one of these videos. You may recall that back in October I started making plans to move. That hasn't happened yet, but I haven't really been here that often. I've just been paying occasional visits, so maintenance and care has been at a bare minimum. So we're going to take a walk and see how things are doing without much human interference. I'll go ahead and turn the camera around and let's get started. So right here, right off the front porch, we've got a nice banana tree right here. We've got our chaya growing as well. These here are chaya flowers. Very nice pollinator attractant. And you'll see we've also got this vine growing up here that's actually passion flower. And actually we've got a very nice passion flower growing right here. Let's get in here and take a look at that. Yeah. Very cool. This is a native passion vine to Florida, and it's a host plant for the giant swallowtail butterflies. So I'm pretty excited about that. We can kind of see the different stages of the pigeon pea here. They have gone to seed, so all of these pods are very dry and easy to crack open. And you can see the peas in there. You can store them just like this and use them as any other dried bean, soaking them first and then cooking them up. But also, you can just kind of plant them like this. We'll just go ahead and toss those out and see how they do. But also, we've got lots of new growth coming out of them as well. So it's a pretty exciting time for pigeon pea. You see these white flowers over here, and I don't know what they are. So I'll just come and take a peek at these. These look like these would be dewberry flowers. So these plants are really very thorny. You can recognize them by these three leaves that form this pattern. But yeah, those are almost certainly dewberries. I'll have to come back with my plant ID app and see what they're up to. One of the earlier trees I planted, lemon tree. Gosh, this would have been done in the first year. It's pretty small, looks pretty good considering, no maintenance, and gosh, this was planted even before I had my compost source and stuff. So the citrus groves around here have much larger trees that pretty much look like this. Some yellow leaves, they've lost a bunch of stuff. But this is looking pretty good. I'll chat a bit more about that tree in a little bit. This was, October or November's plant of the month. This is a firebush, although there's some Biden's alba, and there was even some tomatoes in here. This looks pretty good, especially given the cold weather we've had and the lack of moisture that we've had as well. Yeah, looking great. This was kind of an experiment because I planted this with the waste from the composting toilet. So mostly a success there. This is a great hummingbird attractant, and it's a really pretty plant. You can actually see a lot of these shaped into hedges and stuff around Florida. Hopefully, as spring goes on a little more, and then as the summer rains come in, this will be fully established, and hopefully it'll really explode in a few months. Collie, what are you doing? Out! Come here. Collie seems to have found something. Let's go. Come on. The mulberries are doing absolutely awesome. And actually, these have a little bit of fruit on them here. Well, let me get the angle right. Yeah, you can see those little red berries in there. So this is a little over a year old. And then we have some more shorter ones here that are very low maintenance. They're definitely doing their own thing. These haven't been watered really since they were first planted. Oh, this one even has little tiny fruits on it too. So that's really exciting. Chicken pen is overgrown. We'll take a peek over the fence here and show you what it looks like when the chickens haven't been wandering around picking at everything. We've got some basil, some Mexican sunflower. I see peppermint in there too. Yeah. Really has been going nuts without the chickens walking around scratching and stuff. This is a different type of mulberry. I took a cutting of this from a neighbor's house when I first moved in. So it's nice to see that one really growing up nice and tall. And we have one more right here. Nice three branches coming up. That looks great. Come on over here to this ceremonial fire circle area. If I remember correctly, this was the first plant of the month that I did. This was a bald cypress. This is really cool because you get to see all the brand new growth coming out of it after winter. So that's really exciting as well. Head back over to some of the more intentionally planted areas. Check out this mango that was planted by one of my supporters, Carmen. She actually came out and planted it. Gosh, this tree must be 8 feet tall. And you can even see that it's got some mangoes on it. I actually ate a mango off of this last year, I believe. Maybe the year before. Must have been the year before. And we've got our loquat. This was another plant of the month. That's doing really great. No fruit on this year, and if you drive around Florida, you'll see that loquats are kind of getting near the end of their fruiting season. They're nice little orange fruits, and they're very tasty. But this is a great tree. Watered it for the first few months, and then it went through the rainy season, and now it seems to be doing just fine all on its own. And come back through here. This is one of the first avocados that I planted. It was one of those ones that died all the way back to the rootstock and started to come back. So really happy to see that it's doing its thing all on its own. Got some butterfly pea here. And look at that. Papaya's finally ripened up, and of course I haven't been here enough, so looks like we've got birds or rats or something that have helped themselves to this. Yep, there's another one. What about this one? Well, this one's intact, so that's awesome. Got more papayas there. Definitely all of this ground cover has started to die back. Oh, look at that. Got a little pepper hanging on here. Now these should normally get bigger, but there hasn't been a lot going on. This was something that I just kind of stuck in there. Oh look, there's another one deep in there too. Oh neat. So we got some peppers here. That's fun. Moringa right here. This is Manihot hibiscus. They're growing nice and tall. Attached is some Hisho Wu. It's a vining plant. The leaves and the roots are good in tea. Supposed to increase longevity. More Manihot hibiscus. This is Katuk right here. Really nice edible green. Boy, it sure is overgrown here, that's for sure. Oh, this dragon fruit's been going nuts, just climbing right up the pine tree there. So that's nice. And I don't know if you guys can see. We've got the Mexican sunflowers out, so that's nice. Those smell really nice. Pollinators love them. Great chop and drop plant. Boy, this elderberry's gone nuts. Look at that. Look at that nice big stalk growing straight up in the air. 2 of them. That's awesome. Elderberry is a very medicinal plant, and also builds soil from dropping leaves and stuff. Put the fruits of my labor right here for now. We'll go walking again. Some pretty tall grass here. I drove the truck out here because I'll be moving some stuff out of the cabin. This banana cluster is doing fantastic. We've got a nice rack of bananas up there. I'm glad to see those aren't quite ripe yet because I've been out of town for some time. I was worried that would have been taken over for sure. Sweet potato greens are really all over the place, but looking good. This is a tomato I planted. I had some on my back porch and just stuck it in the ground here. There's some bee balm with it. All seem to be doing great. We've got more papayas here. Looks like we got another one that ripened up. Seeds are falling out. We'll probably just leave this here as a treat for any birds that come around. But lots of papayas that still haven't ripened up. Once all these ripen and I've harvested them, I'll probably cut these trees back just because they're getting really tall and they're starting to lean. So we'll just top them, cut them right there, and let them grow again, and hopefully the fruit will still be in reach next time. Otherwise, we'll wind up with stuff like this. So we've got, they just fall over on their own. So you can see that that's broken. That's not even, didn't get pulled up by the roots. It just fell over. We're also looking at cardamom here. That's from my compost source. She has a great cardamom plant that I've dug up a few sections of. I know there's some more of it. Here's some more right here. So the cardamom's looking great. I'll come through here again. All of this is Okinawa spinach. Still very full. Plenty of stuff to come in and harvest some edible greens. So we could still walk through here and get plenty of greens for a salad or a sandwich or a boiled green dish. Crazy to think that a year ago this was all mulch and I had planted some nice rows of tomatoes and stuff. I had all of these pigeon pea that are nice and tall now, are just a year old. Looking good. We got this dragon fruit back here that is going crazy in all different directions. I have this little kale plant here too. That's funny. I don't remember putting kale right there. That'll be cool if that makes it through the summer. Probably won't, just because it doesn't like the heat. Let's see. Oh, this is one of the sour sops that we grew from seed and then planted out. There should be a couple more. I'll walk back and see what we have. This is a fig tree as well. That's looking good. Not sure if that was a plant of the month or not. We've got a neighbor making quite a bit of noise. Looks like somebody really enjoyed a papaya. So we're feeding wildlife out here for sure. Here we have another one of those sour sops. That's looking really great. And then we have this plant, the herb of grace, which is forming a lovely ground cover. Recently also discovered that this is called bacopa, sometimes brahmi, a very medicinal plant that also helps with longevity. So it's nice to see that I've just got that growing everywhere. It's also a host plant for a native butterfly in Florida, the white peacock. So, very good plant. Not much to say about the taste. Probably better as a tea mixed with other flavorful stuff. kind of bitter. Reminds me of something, but I can't quite figure out what. Now, I know there's turmeric here too. I had hoped to be able to spot where some of it had grown, but now I'm not so sure. Might be pretty tough to dig up. I have to wait for next year. Waited too long and let all the green stuff die back, so. But there's turmeric somewhere around here. I think this avocado was our last plant of the month. That was, would have been October or November. And it made it through a great wet season, and now it seems to just be doing everything on its own. Got some basil here that's obviously gone to flower and seed, but the bees love it. It's probably a little bitter now to use, but still good. Oh, we've got a great butterfly right there. It's a little blurry because I've zoomed in, but nice to see that there's lots of insect life. Here we've got some sort of pea, which is great. I'll leave this all summer. Well, I'll probably leave this forever, I suppose. This will be a great chop and drop nitrogen fixer. Here's more Biden's alba, that delicious medicinal plant. There's some ginger growing back here. This is all grown up. This is waist deep almost. Really great. All of this growth is fantastic because, first of all, I see more bees and stuff. The insects love it. It's going to provide them with food and shelter. It's going to regulate the temperature and the moisture of the earth underneath it. If I was going to be here in the fall, what I would do is come through and cut all this down, probably dump some more compost over it, and plant some more stuff. Lots of Biden's alba. We still got kale growing, even though it's so hot. That's pretty awesome. Get a little bit of that. And we have all this parsley here. I don't think we have any radishes left. I see some stalks of it. They've gone to seed. I could probably save some radish seeds. That would be cool. Have second generation radishes. Now, what is that guy? Let's go look at this. Man, big old fuzzy caterpillar there. It's got like an orange belly and black hairs. We'll have to look him up, see exactly what he turns into. And I think this is a radish that he's perched up on. So that's cool. All of this is parsley. Very good, healthy green for you. Got some cassava here. That's a great tuberous root crop. Another very low maintenance thing. Got our other section here. Crazy to think that about a year ago, we had planted a bunch of corn here and a few other squashes and stuff. But that was back when we planted these bananas as well. So these bananas are about a year old. These elderberries that are here are about a year old. Pigeon pea is probably a year old, so lots of growth, lots of new stuff. This is another one that probably come fall, I would go through and knock it all down and start planting some more stuff. If there was any super heat-loving species, I might go ahead and plant those there. Might do like more elderberry and stuff. Native perennials that would do well. We'll walk over here, check out this orange tree. So the orange tree and the citrus and the lemon tree that I talked about earlier, both of these are planted by one of my long-term residents. He's the only other person who has spent as much time out here as I have. And it's looking good. It's got all this Biden's alba growing up around it as well. That'll make great chop and drop over the years, and also will help retain moisture around it and stuff over the summer. Got some nice little orange blossoms there. It's not really the right time, so I'll go ahead and pick that off and enjoy the smell. Orange blossoms are great. Snacking on some parsley here while we walk over to the last section. This section was always really, really dry. And as a result, we'll have some cactuses growing here. So we've got our prickly pear cactus there. We'll come through here. We got a pomegranate that seems to be doing good. These are supposed to be pretty drought tolerant. You see you got some new growth coming up on there. Pigeon pea hanging overhead. Probably should prune that a little bit so it's not coming right over the pomegranate. Got another prickly pear cactus right here. Okinawa spinach coming into cranberry hibiscus. More elderberry here as well. This is this is some kind of apple cactus or something, but I actually planted this the first year that I got here. And you may recall I had a fire my first year out here, and this got caught in the fire. I thought for sure it was dead, but this has grown up off of it in the past year or so. So even cactus, or rather the cactus can even survive fire, so that's pretty impressive. So this place was lightly mulched. There's new growth back there and stuff, but this would be another one that would need a cutback and another layer of mulch and be able to plant more stuff. And the plan was always to really mulch all of this area. Eventually I would connect all three of these areas, and this whole thing would wind up more like that first area that we walked through. This chair is here for my archery target. Might shoot some archery a little later today. And we will walk out to the pond. Check out how a few things are doing. Looks like the pigs have found a spot a little closer to the cabin since I've been away more often. Probably more since Collie's been away more often. I doubt the pigs much care about what I do out here, but Collie does a good job of keeping the bigger stuff away. Wow. So this is a coconut that we planted in March or April of last year. Again, it's got Biden's alba. We can see we got the sunshine mimosa that has really exploded since the last time I was here. We've got the flowers up everywhere. Lots of nice green cover coming in. Eventually it'll be nice and thick. Pond levels dropped quite a bit since the last time I was here. We can see all of this stuff growing out of the water at the base here. That's hornwort. And there's quite a lot of it. I remember when I first put that in the pond, I thought that it was, I thought that it had all died and that it had been a waste. And now the pond is mostly full of it. That does a great job of keeping the water clear, providing ecosystems for microorganisms and not so microorganisms, and providing homes for fish and the things that the fish eat. Cattails are doing great. Different type of cattail, but the bulrush right over there past the let me see if I can get my finger in here. There we go. That stuff growing up in the middle of that little alcove, whatever the opposite of a peninsula is. We got over here, I know we had a persimmon that was, oh man, look at all that growth. That's cool. So this is a native Florida persimmon that's growing right here. And this was something that I planted and just paid no attention to. And it's doing awesome. So that's great. Pond's looking pretty good. I am almost certainly going to go for a swim here soon. Lots of growth on the other end where I planted pigeon pea and all kinds of stuff. We'll walk over there one more time. But the point of all of this is that I think it is safe to say that we got another bald cypress here with all this fresh growth coming off of it. This is a hibiscus that grows well near the lake and the swampy areas. More sunshine mimosa flowers here, which the bees love. All this ground cover. We've got elderberry coming up right here. And all of this is stuff that I planted little small pieces or stuck it in the ground and left alone. And it is growing. It's doing its own thing at this point, which was always, that was the point, to leave stuff here and allow it to do its own thing. So I'm very sad to leave it. Go ahead and turn it around and talk to you guys here. I'll be very sad to leave this place, but it is nice to know that if no one were to touch this, food would be here forever. The bananas aren't going anywhere. There's lots of native trees, the avocados, the loquats, the mangoes. They're all self-sufficient at this point. And that's awesome to know that even if this becomes, as long as people don't cut everything down, there will be food here forever. So, and that was always the goal. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, who knows, by this time I might be on a different property. But thank you for watching, taking one last look at New Nassau, or another look at New Nassau. Like and subscribe. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. And yeah, if you want to help out with the project, reach out and let me know. Boy, this outro got away from me. But yeah, thank you guys. I'm gonna enjoy the day here, and hope I see you guys again soon. Thanks.